Congratulations, and welcome to part 3 of a ADHD person attempts to clean their space. We are now in the big room, which is my personal space where I usually stream. This is usually the angle that people see me at while I'm streaming. It's done this way because you can't see what's behind the camera. You don't want to see what's behind the camera. The things I've seen.
Seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Going to keep this intro short this time because there's a lot of work to do and I have maybe spent the last 20 minutes playing Minecraft. This video is going to be a lot like the other ones where there's going to be a time lapse. I'm going to talk over the time lapse. This time though, I'm going to talk about depression because I want to. Can't deny that there has been mercury in the Gatorade. There is not actually mercury in your Gatorade. I've spent too much time on TikTok with mercury's in retrograde or whatever, okay? Everyone's been upsetty spaghetti lately. Nobody's happy. How many people have depression? Oh, 47.1 million. Well, that's depressing. No, seriously, that's really depressing. I don't like that. But so anyways, I'm going to clean this space and we're going to talk about depression. All right, let's do this. Why does the lighting do that when I move my hands? Am I really that white? Well, that's depressing. All right, let's get into it. So step 1 is to get your camera ready to do a time-lapse video. I'm just kidding. Step 1 is to put on music. Step 2 is let's talk about depression. That's not actually step 2. You wouldn't do that during cleaning, but that's what I want to do right now. The Mayo Clinic would define depression as a mood disorder that causes persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Disclaimer, I am not a professional. Please do not self-diagnose yourself, and if you resonate with any of these, please seek professional help. Thank you. So everyone knows that if you're feeling very upset, that is a good sign that you are depressed. But it becomes depression in and of itself is when you just can't cheer yourself up and you can't snap yourself out of it. As someone with ADHD, I know that executive dysfunction can just sabotage you completely in what you need to do and get done. And then it'll start to build up and then you feel overwhelmed and then it can lead to depression and you just get stuck in this loop of feeling like nothing ever actually gets better. And it's so easy to judge yourself because we live in this stupid frickin' society that is really demanding of people, especially us millennials. I'm not saying that destroying all of society and the way that things work is going to cure a lot of people's depressions, but what I am saying is that we have not tried to overthrow the government yet as a cure for depression. I am just putting that out there. For legal reasons, this is a joke. I would never overthrow the government. That is just silly. Now, the biggest thing that I've noticed with ADHD and depression is that a lot of people think that you are lazy. I'm here to tell you 100% you are not lazy. You are overwhelmed. When the brain gets overwhelmed with ADHD, it seems like it can be absolutely impossible to figure out where to start. And that's why in the last video, I kept saying, you just have to start, you just have to do it. And I hate saying that still because it sounds so easy, like, oh my God, just do it, just do the thing. But that is so hard. It is so hard to get going. I promise, though, that if you do just do it and do just get going, you will feel better. But I also understand how hard that is, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're not lazy, you are just overwhelmed. My doctor has also explained to me that there is a difference between situational depression and what she calls chemical depression. The big difference here is situational depression is a situation going on that if you are able to get out of that situation, it can typically really help your depression. Whereas chemical depression tends to just be depression, if that makes sense. Now, situational depression can get more severe when, let's say, you're in a situation and there is no fix to it. That is when you start feeling stuck, and that is when the brain starts to panic and basically just shuts down as a defense mechanism. Now, don't lose hope. That doesn't mean all hope is lost and that you're never going to get out of depression. What it does mean is that it just might be a bit harder for you. And by a bit, I mean a lot fudging harder for you than a neurotypical person or someone who isn't going through the same experience. Something that helps me out immensely is sticking to a routine. This is something that my doctor has harped on me 1,000,001 times because I am really bad at sticking to a routine. For me, I've noticed that going to bed at the same time doesn't matter as much as waking up at the same time every single day. This does mean that some days I'm just really freaking tired, and some days I don't sleep for like 48 hours. That is actually has nothing to do with sticking to a good routine. That is everything to do with me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Sleep is good for you. Another thing that's good for you is having a good diet. I've noticed that when I start eating crap food, I start feeling like crap because what you put in you is what comes out of you. Wait, no, hang on. Of course, what goes in you is what comes out of you. That's called poop. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like eat vegetables and eat good food. I hope that makes sense, you know? Because of course, what goes in you comes out of you. That means you have a healthy digestive system, which you should. So eat some fiber. I don't know. Your diet can seriously affect your mood, though, and it's something that I feel we overlook in Western society because we have so much convenient fast food that is just right there, ready and available, but it isn't good for you. Just because it's convenient doesn't mean it's good. Take the time to make some food for yourself, and I promise it will be so much better than anything you could get from a fast food place. Also, go drink some water. We're like, 5 minutes into this video? Go drink some freaking water. That is mostly a reminder for myself, but you should also drink water. Most importantly, though, be easy on yourself and be patient with yourself. As I'm recording this voiceover, both of my rooms are trashed, completely and utterly trashed. So be nice to yourself because getting out of things like this takes time and patience. Okay, so we did the thing. This room looks so much better than it did before. It is not done. We're not done. No. But I set a timer for 3 hours and that has gone off, and so I have to stop. I have to force myself to stop because I have other things I have to do. But yeah, it looks a lot better than it did before, so there has been progress. A significant amount of progress has been made, so I'm happy about that. Little did I know that this progress was only going to last for about 2 days and that within a week I'd be back at square one. And the Goodwill pile has gotten huge, absolutely huge. If you're wondering why I have not put the table away, that is because I have 1,000,001 cans to crush and I didn't feel like time-lapsing that. I thought nobody wants, well, actually maybe that's satisfying to watch me crush a bunch of cans. I don't know. If you really want to see me crush a bunch of cans, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll time-lapse. I'll record it, and if you guys want it, I'll post it, okay? Cool. Thank you again for watching and joining me on this journey. Stay tuned for part 4 where I finish this room. And by finish this room, I mean re-clean the entire thing because I've trashed it already somehow. And then we're getting to a different form of downsizing that I've been putting offline. We're gonna downsize my sanity. We already did that. That's too late for that. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Your interaction with this honestly does mean a whole lot to me, like a whole lot, like a lot. So thank you for watching. Remember to be kind to yourself. Remember that you can do it too. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great night. And yeah, meow dude.